I'm making this video on stuff that stuff that scares you, like scared, like what, like if you think back, way back to when you were just a kid and you were like 10 years old, maybe even like 6, 7, 8 years old. You know, what was it that scared you? There was something that would scare me, and one of the things that scared me as a kid was always like scary movies would scare me. Like I saw that movie The Birds back in like when I was a kid, maybe 8 years old. It's old, like Alfred Hitchcock movie, and I remember watching it with my parents, and it just scared me. I don't know why, but it just freaked me out. And so I had like bad dreams. So a lot that was like so I'd get these bad dreams, and I didn't know why. I didn't really know how to understand the dreams, understand why it scared me so bad. I was watching a movie. Why how can a movie scare you so bad? And I was also scared of the dark. I used to get real scared. Like the dark, it'd be like, what's going on? So the anxiety freaking rise. But the there was always like when I was a kid, I had this thing. It was a Dracula. It was like a vampire, and we had these in the bedroom. There was like this shelf up on the top, above your on the wall. There's like a shelf up there, and on the shelf there was this like a statue, but it was a vampire that was standing on like a little mount, and then it had like a tree that kind of was around it, and then I think there was like a bat there or something, but that statue of this vampire was in my room, and I don't know why it was in the room, but it was in the room, and so that always really kind of scared me. And one time I had a dream where I was sleeping. I think I was kind of sick or something because I was kind of a sickly kid. I had like ear problems as a kid. I was born with pneumonia and I was a preemie, and my mother was an alcoholic, so I wasn't really breastfed right. So I didn't really grow up. I wasn't. I was probably. I don't think I grew up normal, So I always had like dreams, weird dreams and stuff. But I remember one dream in particular where I seen this freaking vampire thing, Dracula, whatever it was, coming off from way off in the distance. That thing might have been like like maybe a quarter mile, a half mile away. And in my dream, I would see this vampire coming up, and then it get real close to my face, and then it would just shoot off. You know what I mean? Like it would be real close, and then boosh, and then it was gone. And I only had the dream when I was sick. Like if I had a fever or something, I'd always get that dream. Um, and so those are like some of those things that, like when you're a child and something really scares you, I think a lot of that stuff may stay with you for your entire life in your subconscious, where you're always kind of like thinking, you got to be careful of, where something going to come out of the dark and get me, which is completely false. I know that, but subconsciously, a lot of times I think we carry that with us. And so that was like this thing that I've always remembered, is that weird dreams where a vampire that I had on my shelf, when I was dreaming, that vampire would be way off in the distance and come shooting right up to my face, and then it would just whoosh, be gone. And another thing, when I get to the main thing of this whole story, this is a way for me to kind of get some of my therapy, my own personal therapy. Um, I don't know if it'd help anybody else to do stuff like this. But there was another thing that scared me was aliens. Uh, and aliens back in the 60s, what we thought were aliens looked a hell of a lot different than what you see, now. And even like in the movie Alien, if anybody's seen the movie Alien back in the late 70s. But when I was a kid, this is what scared the pants off me. I know it's ridiculous. There it is. That was my envision of a freaking alien as a kid. That's exactly what I envisioned an alien would would look like. I know it's ridiculous, especially with little antennas coming off it, but is what I envisioned an alien look like back when I was a kid. And scared the crap out of me just thinking about that freaking alien. This alien. As you see, I do a lot of drawings and stuff. A lot of these drawings I do because they are sort of an expression of how I feel like my life is at this point in life. I've always been kind of a strange, creative thinking type of person. I was kind of pulled out of that when I had to go to work and worked as a Marine and electrician and all these different jobs that I used to have to work. But at the core of myself, I always really enjoyed art and drawing, painting, and finding ways to express myself through art and to find some kind of connection to my past through some of the art that I do now. So if something scared me back in the day, if I could go back in time in my mind to say 40, 50 years ago, and I could think about something that scared me back then and then bring it down back and put it on a piece of paper, then I can make that thing look at it as what it really is, and it's really nothing but just a stupid. It's an imagination. It's like an imaginary friend, if you will. It's more like an imaginary foe. But if you bring it and you draw it and you look at it, you can see how ridiculous it really is to believe that something like an alien of the one that I drew could actually possibly even remotely exist. And so therefore it's ridiculous to be afraid of. Yeah. Thanks for watching.